live streaming.
Okay, I'm going to call to order the City of LaSalle Zoning Board of Appeals. Liz, would you take the roll call, please?
James Brady.
Here.
Jessica Durgans. Here. Larry Happ.
Here.
Pat Owaneke.
Here.
Mike Newslowski.
Here.
Sam McNeely.
Here.
John Sienkiewicz.
Here.
Dale Tiemann. Kathy Tomlinson. Sergio Sanchez. Michael Schmatzer.
Here.
Okay, we are here tonight in reference to the property at 1026 4th Street in LaSalle for a variance. It's presently owned by Terry Rovat. The petitioner, Mr. Reynolds, wants a variance to 2 pieces of property there. Am I correct, Jer?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'd like someone to make the motion to where we bypass the reading of the description and put it into record.
I would make a motion that we bypass that. I'll second.
Mr. Chairman, you're also going to attach then a copy of the legal notice out regarding and the.
I was gonna do that second. Okay, now I'd like somebody to make a motion on that the legal copy was sent out and published in the paper for tonight's meeting. Also with, in the same exhibit, we all received a thing, a property transfer agreement. I'd like to put that into exhibit also with that. So if we can have a motion on those 2.
I'll make a motion on both.
Second? John? All in favor?
Aye.
Jerry, you want to state your name for everyone?
Yes.
And then go ahead and start it.
My name is Jerry Reynolds. For those of you who don't know me, I know some of you folks. I live at 1051 4th Street on the corner of 4th and Crozet. I'm asking for a variance on what is part of 1026 4th Street. The variance it's not quite half a lot. It's about, Brian, if I'm not mistaken, 20 to 25 feet is all I'm getting. There's a house on that property right now. On the lot just east of there, I already purchased that in 2023 in June, and knocked down the house. Brent, is it on there?
Photos. Yeah, Jerry, you're getting about approximately 24 feet, I believe.
Yeah, I knew it was close somewhere around.
Yeah, because variance request went from 50 to 36
Okay.
for that property there.
And that property is what you reckon? 20? Is that
1026.
Okay. All right. That's the house on 1044, which is the property next door I purchased, and in March or April of this year, I had it removed. So it's basically an empty lot right now, and there's a garage right off the alley. The property I'm looking for the variance on, there's a house on that property. You see that, well, you can see where I knocked the house down. The brown one right next door to it, right, that's the back end of it, right there. It's off to the, what would be my right, the brown house there. That's coming down. In the old days, I guess, maybe even before my time, if that was possible, they allowed 2 houses on the same lot. And that's basically what happened. Now that the brown house has been empty for in excess of 30 years. And the house that I knocked down was owned by a gentleman in Hillside, Illinois. And so he wanted to sell it. The reason I bought the property is because both houses have been empty for some time. And I knocked the first one down, and I tried to negotiate with Mr. Horvat. And it took a while for us to negotiate a price. So he agreed that as long as I tear the house down, which was my plan originally, that he would allow me to assume that lot at no cost. There should be some documentation also.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, as soon as, and if the variance is allowed, it will remove that brown house. The house next door is owned by Mr. Horvat. Um, it's going to allow him a little better view. Now, my purpose there is to assume that section into the section that I already removed and put one address on it. It'll be 1044 4th Street. So it'll be not just be the lot, but it'll be the additional lot that I'm asking. There was another picture in the back, Brent. I think you go back one maybe. Yeah, that's the back end of that house, and it hadn't been lived in or anything else, and all that foliage, everything will be removed there. So anyhow, my purpose at this time too is after I started talking to Mr. Horvat was to allow me to position a house more centered in comparison to where I'd have to put it now if I only had that lot, because it was 60 feet. And I was going to move the house over because it was too close to the corner one. And I thought that the best thing to do would be to build a house there and put it in the center of the lot. And then I got to talking to Mr. Horvat, and I thought, well, gee, this would be even better because I can move it a little further west by a few feet. By the way, Brian, that won't have to be resurveyed.
No, it won't have to be resurveyed, but as part of this, once all this, assuming it gets approved, we'll do a small subdivision plat on that, but there's no reason to go through that effort if you aren't going to get the property, if this doesn't go through.
Another point here is presently the lot is owned by Mr. Horvat. Now, on the blue house is the one that he lives in. The house that's going to be knocked down presently has an address of 1028. Mr. Horvat lives at 1026. The number on the house is 1028, but most of the plat work doesn't show it as 1028. So even at the county and at the township office, it still says 1026. What I am not getting is all of 1026, only approximately half of it. The large survey that you have in front of you, you'll see that lot number 1 is on the corner of 4th and Crozet on the south side of the road. Lot 2 is what I purchased some time back and just recently knocked it down in March or April. Into lot 3, you can see not the shaded part, but from front to back, it as Brian had stated that it's approximately 24 feet or 23 feet or something in that area. So right now, basically that's what I'm planning on doing. The other part would be, Brent, could you advance it there and I'll show them what I'm planning on doing. All right, that's a picture of the garage in the back. It's a 2-car garage. I recently had the soffit and I have to get the roof done before winter. But anyhow, the brown house will come down and we're going to let it sit now because I don't think I can get a house built there before Christmas. I had plans to try and move in there, but things just don't work that quick. So anyhow, then Brent, the next one, please.
That's the last one there.
Okay, then wasn't there something over there where
I can flip to them again.
the ones that had the plan, the house plan.
The house plan?
We took that, remember I gave you a picture of it, you made copies.
Seeing this, I'm not sure.
Okay, what it is it's a modular home. It'll be on either just a foundation of 4 feet or what I'm looking at, because it can't tell it in any of the photos there, but that's downslope. It goes down. And of course, I'll be working with Brian to determine how high the house has to have and how deep the foundation goes. If it's to the original plan that I have up here, I was thinking about putting a full basement there, and then and it's just a matter of the cost. And so, and then have it open to the back because it's on the slope. Okay, this is kind of a plan of what the insides of these modular homes look like. They're just like any other home, and they come together. You know, everybody calls them prefab, but they're using the term as modular today. And is there another one there that? Yeah, that's it. You had it. That one there. That's a sample now. Excuse me. That's not the original plan of the house that I planned there because I think this one's only about 1,600 square feet. I'm not sure that I'm not going to have something maybe a little bit bigger, maybe up to 20 or 2,000 square feet. But they're well done, and then if I'm able to put the foundation down there that I have planned, you know, with a basement, full basement rather than just a crawl space, it will change the design anyhow because we have to buy them to suit. So you go and make the plans. This is what I want built, and so on and so forth. And then they come and do the foundation to fit the modular home itself. So it is not something that I plan. It's more or less I plan this is what I want to do, and then they design it to put the proper kind of foundation in there. And that's why I was thinking seriously, being that it's on a slope, that I could actually have it open to the back, which would be nice. Any questions so far?
Anybody got questions? Jerry, now, the way I understand this, that if you don't get the variance, he's giving you the land for nothing, correct?
Yes, well, as long as I knock the house down, I would agree to do that.
All right. You guys put in there, which I seen, that's why we put it into, for the evidence, your transfer, if you don't get the variance, then it's
Yes,
nil.
it reverts back to him.
I think the city needs to do the same thing back for a legal stance as of, if he backs out of this, we can't, tonight you're asking for a promise that you want us to deliver ours so you can continue the sale.
Yes.
But if he backs out, we can't have that property sitting there with that different variance. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I believe that maybe we should put in this that maybe for let it stand, give you 6 months to work out with him, and I'm sure you're gonna have this worked out.
Oh, well,
I think we have it in there for a year.
Year? Okay. But I think we need to be safeguarded on this as of if he backs out and then all of a sudden he's got the variances.
well, right. And the other reason I had him agree to this is because being that the address was 1026, I'm asking for a variance at 1026, and you're right. That's the purpose because I don't want to have to knock this house down if this
Right.
doesn't
I agree.
come to fruition.
Right. So I think we need to put something as of the city in there, a recommendation to the city.
Jim, is that?
Understand that the variances we're requesting on 1026 are on an existing building. And the reason we have to get the variance is because of the nature of our subdivision ordinance. So it's grandfathered in now, but when we divide the property, now it has to fit within our current subdivision ordinance. That's why we're requesting the variance. The buildings aren't gonna change, but because the width isn't gonna be as wide and it's already so close to the side yard, we have to grant those to allow that to happen, for him to be able to take that, is we're asking for variances on the existing buildings on the property.
And for the record, that's the property owned by
Mr. Terry.
Rova,
Yes.
Horvat.
Horvat. And so that's property owned by Horvat, and there are a number of variances that are indicated. some of which Mr. Reynolds talked about, that are indicated in the public notice, which would be part of the, if any motion was made, would be included. And then there would also be a variance requested, as was indicated, regarding the property, part of which he's knocking down, and the property that he already owns on the new construction, because that want to have a variance, as I understand it. Brian Brown speaking earlier. That is in regard to make a front line on 1044. Is it correct? Consistent with what the line is of the other owners?
Of the other buildings in the
Yeah.
neighborhood, correct.
Okay.
It's to reduce the front yard setback to allow it to be in line with the other buildings.
In any motion that the zoning board here considers could be subject to that small subdivision process that Brian's talking about happening, and also what the chairman of the zoning board has mentioned regarding Jerry obtaining title to the other portion of the premises. Of course, that would also be needed through the small subdivision plan. And you've already been given, as I understand, those plats that have been passed out. Those are part of what will be the new lot.
Well, that is the plat of survey.
It's at least a survey plat. It gives a general guide.
It's a legal document, it's a legal survey, that we would just have to take the hard line and once it's approved, where that physical line is gonna be for Jerry's new lot, the combined lot. So it will have to go through a small subdivision, which it goes through me and the other building inspector, and then through council. It doesn't come before the board, or before the committee,
Zoning board.
zoning board.
The original purpose too is, and why I bought that property in the first place was, we had someone in the neighborhood going door to door, knocking on doors, asking, if we'd be interested in selling our property. And, as I understand, there had been a couple of people who had agreed if the guy could come up with the money. Well, like anything else, if you go to the bank's gonna want to inspect it. Well, many of those homes have not been lived in. They've got hole. The one I knocked down had a hole in the roof. There were critters living in there. You know, there was just a lot of bad things. The other thing, because it's also my ward as an alderman, in the 900 block, which is the block closer to City Hall here, the 900 block, there are 4 other houses on 2 lots. And they're that close. They're as close as the one here that I would like to knock down. It also allows me then to center my house on the total lot that I will have. Any other questions?
Any other questions by anyone? Anyone against? Out there wants to say something against it? I don't think anybody will. Okay, I didn't see who's out there sitting. Sure. Okay, someone want to make the motion?
I have a draft motion for consideration.
There is another benefit too by tearing down that house. I believe it's a 2-on-1. We have 2 water services, or one water service feeding 2 homes. So by tearing that one down, it'll get us in one step closer to being conformant to the EPA.
Township was
And
interested.
Mr. Chairman, it may be a good idea to have all those photographs that were shown. I think we have copies of them made a part of the record, as well as the other documents that were handed out here that have been discussed.
The only one that I showed up there, a sample of the house that I'm going to put there, but it's not the exact square footage that I'll be getting. It's just one that showed both what an inside looked like and also what the diagram of the house would be.
Could we have someone make a motion to put the pictures that we all observed and the 2 map plots that we see here into the evidence for this?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Second?
A second.
By the way, I
Aye.
By the way, I also, when I first took on this property, or the other property, and had the house knocked down, I had already talked to the county about it and about the change of address and so on and so forth. And until I got approval here, it didn't make any difference to them, including the township. So, but this will also put tax money back in our area.
I make a motion to accept. I hereby move that we as LaSalle Zoning Board of Appeals, in regard to the petition of Jerome A. Reynolds, acquisitioned in by Terry J. Horvat and Carol P. Horvat, in regard to the premises commonly known as 1026 4th Street and 1044 4th Street, LaSalle, Illinois, which variances include reducing the minimum lot size from 5,000 square feet to 4,330 square feet, minimum lot width from 50 feet to 36 feet, front yard setback from 25 feet to 5 feet, east side yard setback from 5 feet to 3 feet, west side yard setback from 5 feet to 0 feet, rear yard setback from 3 feet to 1 foot for all at premises commonly known as 1026 4th Street, as well as variances reducing the front yard setback from 25 feet to 5 feet at premises commonly known as 1044 4th Street. Also for purposes of allowing the existing westernmost structure on the two lots to remain to be repaired or reconstructed if necessary. Considering that which will be the reconfiguration of the two lots and new planned small lot subdivision as discussed before the Planning Commission, we find that all of the petitioners' requests are overall in the public good, that they are consistent with overall intent and purpose of the zoning ordinance, and also are consistent with the comprehensive plan of the city of LaSalle, and will not be detrimental to the city of LaSalle. And we thus recommend to the City Council approval of the petitioner's request as set forth above regarding the premises commonly known as 1026 4th Street, LaSalle, Illinois, and 1044 4th Street, LaSalle, Illinois, subject to Jerome A. Reynolds and Terry J. Horvat and Carol P. Horvat having secured approval from the City Council of the City of LaSalle within 1 year from the date of approval of this ordinance of a small lot subdivision encompassing all the premises involved herein, and further subject to Jerome A. Reynolds acquiring the portion of the premises contemplated that would be acquired by him as part of the overall plan, also within said 1 year time period, with said recommendation for approval to be additionally subject to such other terms and provisions as to the LaSalle City Council should deem just and appropriate in the exercise of its appropriate discretion.
Can I get a second on it?
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
James Brady,
Yes.
Jessica Durgans,
Yes.
Larry Happ. Oh, sorry. Pat Iwaniki,
Yes.
Mike Newslowski,
Yes.
Sam McNeely,
Yes.
John Sinkowitz,
Yes.
Kathy Tomlinson,
Yes.
Sergio Sanchez, Michael Schmatzer.
Yes.
It passed here, council will get a recommendation. You have to come back at 6:30 tonight.
Oh, well, I have to be here for the meeting.
You'll have to get out of your chair. Come back
Well,
down.
you know, interesting thing is that and I forgot to mention, of course, let's see who, I guess maybe it was Brian who mentioned about the water and the electric and all that sort of stuff. The original plan is I wanted to have it built and done by Christmas, but it didn't work out that way. So right now, to break ground would probably be in the early spring, so that I could move in there. I haven't decided what to do with my house yet because I was going to move across the street. So
It's understandable.
I think it'll be a big improvement.
Yes.
okay,
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Can we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We're out of here.